Hey, what's up, ladies? This is Alex from Mindful Attraction 2.0. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about eight things that guys test women on and how to pass them. All right, so let's get started. So, the first thing that guys try to test women on, not the first thing, but something that from my experience, what I do is I test for the woman's level of neediness. Nothing makes a guy lose interest quicker than insecurity or the same thing, neediness. That's the biggest thing that causes people to lose interest. And so we're always trying to assess how needy is the person, because your level of neediness is equivalent to the kind of value that you think that you perceive yourself to have. So guys are always looking out for needy women, you see, because they will either run away from them or they're gonna use her to control her and to gain validation from her. You see, if you notice that if you keep getting in the wrong relationship or losing guys prematurely, most likely it's because of neediness. They're always testing him. So you gotta learn how to disidentify from your neediness by becoming more present. So this is how you do it. Neediness is an emotion. You see, it's not a thought, but more of an emotion. The emotion is more of a physical sensation. It becomes more than a physical sensation because the interpretation of the physical sensation creates what you call neediness. So what you got to do is go into the experience and feel the physical sensation devoided of mental labels. You see, because you feel the physical sensation of neediness, and you're like, "Fuck, I don't want to feel needy," and so your mind begins projecting and creating thoughts that's aligned with that level of with the physical sensation of neediness, which will come in the form of resistance. You're not gonna want to feel that neediness, and so your brain begins to create different scenarios. The problem is that it makes it more difficult to step out of it. So the way you do it is to literally observe the physical sensation of your neediness. Every time you feel needy, feel the sensation. Don't notice the thought, but rather feel the sensation. What I do is I write down the physical sensation in my notebook. I literally write them down. And so I'll be like, my chest feels this, my body feels this, I feel stiff here, I feel stiff there, there's some tension here. And the more you explore the experience of feeling needy, the more you're going to be able to let go of it. It naturally happens, but you have to experience the neediness rather than notice the thoughts and the interpretation. Those thoughts and interpretations are not based on reality, but based on your own insecurity. So that's why I want you to bring your awareness to the sensation of neediness, so that when you're talking to the guy and you feel needy, you don't go into your head by trying to fix the problem, but rather you go into the sensation by accepting it. And guys are gonna sense that difference. And slowly but surely, that neediness is gonna go away. But you have to allow your body to process it, not through trying to not think of it, but to experience it fully. And it's naturally gonna go away. Does that make sense? The second thing that guys notice is the type of relationship you want to have. Most guys are open to whatever type of relationship arises from the dynamics that you both have. I'm not kidding with you guys. Most guys, you see. So, but the problem is that most guys don't want to feel forced. They want the relationship to arise naturally, but they don't want to feel as though you manipulated them in some sort of way. Just like you guys don't like to feel manipulated by guys. You see. So most women want a relationship, but they don't know how to come about it. They come about it from a very direct path, in a way that's almost forced, by stating what they want and being obvious about their intentions. You see. So instead, learn how to disguise your intention. Learn how to use a smoke screen. So if you want a relationship, show interest, but externally put him in the friend zone. For example, like saying that you want, talking to him as though he's a friend, but showing signs that you want to be with him, so that he can say to himself, "Wait a minute, so she's acting like she likes me, but then she says that she wants to be friend. I mean, what the fuck? Like, she likes me, but the same way she acts like she does. She says things, but her action is not really aligned. So you become a puzzle, a mystery that a guy's gonna want to solve. So that's what a guy's gonna be testing for. He's gonna be testing about whether or not what you want in the relationship. Let me see. Number 3, your sexual promiscuity, promiscuousness per se, right? My bad, I don't know how to say it too, right? So a guy's gonna test that in you. He's gonna test about your promiscuity, whether or not you're easy or whether or not you're hard, right? So most guys are trying to gauge whether or not he's talking to a nice girl who doesn't know how to do anything in bed, right? Or whether or not he's talking to a girl who's always sucking dick, like, you know what I'm saying, right? So the best thing to do is that if you're actually a sexually promiscuous person, hide it, disguise it. You see, give them the air that you're an innocent person. Like I always say, innocent until proven freaky, which is to say, give him the sign that you're an innocent girl, but once you guys are behind the bedroom, show your real motherfucking crazy side. Show your real freaky side so that you could give him a surprise. You see what I'm saying? But if he senses that you're too out there per se, then he's not going to treat you seriously. So if you want to be that freaky girl, but you want to be taken seriously, you want to give that air of innocence. But a guy's going to continually test and see, asking you a question, how many guys you bring with and all that sort of stuff, to see whether or not you're wife material. But a lot of guys don't mind you being sexually experienced if you give an air of innocence, because that's actually going to be more fascinating. He's gonna be like, wow, I have this innocent girl, but she's a freak. Trust me, guys talk about this. You see, number 4, your level of self-respect. Guys are always testing that so that they can know how to behave around you. All right, so guys will test your level of self-respect in very subtle ways. So the best thing to do is to have predisposed boundaries that you will and will not accept. The more guys senses that you have high levels of respect, the more attractive it's going to become. So a guy's he's gonna test that. You see, so it's very subtle. So it's something that you may not notice, but the best thing you want to do is to have predisposed boundaries about the things that you will and will not accept. So for example, you say, if a guy does this to me, if a guy ever touches me, he's fucking out. You see, if a guy ever does that to me, he's fucking out. I will accept this, but I will not accept that. Having those clear boundaries and writing them down will enable you to encounter situations and defend yourself, not because how nice the person is, but because you just happen to state it, and you got to keep your word. Number 5, your level of compliance. A man will see how much you're willing to do without protest. He'll see how far he can get it. You got to have predisposed values so that you don't become a yes woman who's consistently doing everything for her man. For example, a guy would disrespect you. This happens a lot, where a guy would disrespect the woman, break up with the woman, heck, even cheat on her, right? But because she wants him so badly, he'll say, baby, I'm sorry, man, can we get back together, right? That's very similar to the lack of disrespect. But in this case, you're always doing what he says. You're always willing to do everything for him. And even though he doesn't do anything in return, you still do it because you want to stay with him in the relationship. That's a very high level of compliance without him having to earn it. But you cannot please a man if you're not pleased with your own life. If you're not pleased with your self-image, because then what's going to happen is that guys are going to abuse you. They're going to use you. They're going to use you as their source of self-esteem. And if they have low self-esteem, that means they're going to abuse you in emotional, verbally, and God forbid, in physical ways. Number 6. And also, when you have high levels of compliance, which is to say you're always saying yes to him, then he's going to get used to that. And he's going to have a false sense of entitlement. And guys are always testing to see whether or not a woman has that. These are very unconscious things that happen. Number 6, if you actually like them. Now, this is more because guys are insecure by nature. Where I'm always seeing if a girl likes me, because I'm a guy. You know, sometimes I get insecure. I want to make sure that the girl likes me sometimes, you know. And even though that's not playing by the books, how I teach it, it happens to me. I'm a fucking human being. You know what I'm saying? So they're always afraid of rejection. So you learn how to show that you like them by validating them from time to time. Encourage him to chase by rewarding his effort. Don't be afraid to show that you like them. As long as you mix hot and cold, he'll stay interested even if you show interest. So yeah, show interest, but when you show interest, then learn how to take a step back. A lot of women, they don't understand that there's nothing wrong with showing interest. There's nothing wrong with showing that you like them. But then afterwards, take a step back. Show a little coldness afterwards. Don't show interest, then the next day show interest, then the next day show interest. They're going to take you for granted. They're going to take that dopamine hit for granted. Show interest, then take a step back. Show interest, then take a step back. It doesn't have to be a big step back, but just make it a step back. Number 7, if they get without getting, if they can get without having to give back. You see, a lot of guys will test, like, can I get this from her without putting a lot of effort? Can I just get her to give me head without me having to do anything else? Like, again, like, guys will test that. How far can they go? Because as humans, we're always trying to put in less effort. You see, so men want the easy time. Men want you to invest without having to invest. So don't let him get away with that. Make him work for your attention, like I said earlier. Make him work for what you give him. Learn to give reward. Learn to give as a reward from time to time. Be timely. Don't just reward for no reason. You see, always be looking for excuses to reward. When he does something that you like, reward that and make it obvious. You see, and when you feel like he's not giving anything in return, take a step back. For example, if you notice another guy doesn't take you out on a date and he just wants to go home and fuck you, right? Then, for example, if you guys just casually seeing each other and you feel like he's just getting too comfortable, then stop talking to him. Like, start being busy. What you're gonna notice is that he's gonna be like, fuck, like she doesn't want to hang out with me no more. You know what? You want to go out with me? You want to go out on a date with me? Ah, okay, let's go out. Like, when he feels like you losing interest, guys will go the extra mile and actually start taking you out. Outside of just going to your house, they'll start taking you out. Then you reward that with your attention. You see, and the only way that a guy's gonna put more effort is when he feels like he's losing you. And that's how it's done, man. Anyways, this is Alex from Mindful Attraction 2.0. All right, guys, take care and have a good day. Bye-bye.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys ever want to learn how to use your feminine energy to influence people, learn how to use your masculine energy to become more assertive, and also learn how to blend both energies to improve your dating life, your spiritual life, honestly, your relationship life, your family life, your career life, this is the course for you. If I had to make a course for my nieces, I have two nieces, one is 19 and one is 15. 16. Holy shit. Oh my God, he's a bad fucking uncle. He's a bad uncle. Get him. Shut up, Melissa. You should get this course, right? And this is the course that I will make for them. So, for example, watch the curriculum, right? In the first week, we're going to be showing you how to establish a strong masculine foundation without letting it hurt your feminine energy. This masculine foundation is a source of who you are, right? It's your bodyguard. Without this, whatever feminine energy you create will be destroyed by the outside, because your masculine is your shield. So we'll talk about goal setting. We'll talk about how to develop a serious attitude. We're gonna be talking about how to use more logic, how to use more goal-oriented behavior. It's more how to be a man. Now the next one is how to embrace the feminine energy, right? This one will teach you about how to minimize excessive masculine traits, developing self-awareness, healing abundant feminine energy, regulating your emotion, mastering voice qualities and facial expressions, surrendering control, and allowing pain to be felt. This is honestly, this will supercharge, like Kaioken, your masculine energy. After that, we have femininity in the workplace and how to be feminine in the workplace without letting people take advantage of you, and the nuances of how women of power should behave versus women who are subordinates in the workplace, and even the dress code. This is based on psychology, people. It's kind of insane. I'm actually excited about this one. The next week, we talk about navigating the labyrinth of male and female friendship. And this, a lot of women find confusing, so we talk about that. And how to identify envious friends, how to identify the good friends, how to keep male friends, and how to keep female friends. Week 5, we talk about how to release the burden of the past and stop and destroy mental projections. This is actually really powerful. And then week 6, we talk about how to increase your observational power so that you can read people better. And we have a bunch of bonuses. The course starts at $99, and you guys can pre-order the course today at $69 before it goes out. If you're watching this, most likely I'm in the meditation retreat, so I will be praying for all of you guys. And just click on the description down below of the video. Right there, you'll see it, and you can pre-order that course. It's gonna be out by the end of next month or the beginning of February of March. One of the two, people, because I have a 10-day retreat to do, and I want to finish the course after the retreat, because I think the ideas are gonna be so much better. All right, man. I'll see you guys later. Pre-order, man. Oh, I'm closing the channel.